My next guest, unfortunately, is coming off a decision loss, controversial decision to Drew Dober at UFC on Fox 27 on January 26th. But we're still happy to talk to him, and that is Frank Camacho, who is back on the program. Frank, how are you?
Very good, James, man. Honor, and it's honor to be back on the show again, man.
Of course. Always good talking to you. Always put me in a good mood. So it's good chatting again. And we got to talk about this fight. A lot of implications and stuff. Even heading into it. First off, how did you feel fighting at 170 and going up to that weight class?
Man, the cut to 170. I mean, it's. I think the week of I only did probably like 8-9 pounds. So it's really a breeze. And so yeah, it's not too bad. No, not too bad at all. If anything, it's a whole lot easier and a whole lot more enjoyable.
Okay. And how did you feel in there, physically and everything, competing at 170?
Man, I felt good. I felt good. But Drew Dober coming from Elevation Fight Team, man, those guys live at 8,000 or 12,000 feet. So I don't know if you noticed during the fight, I kind of had to go to the body a little bit, but man, his body kick and he was punching me right in the chest because I kept slipping his left hand, so that was disrupting my breathing patterns a lot. And then also too, we wrestled I wrestled more than I anticipated. I thought he was really doing a good job of mixing it up and just keeping the pressure on. And that's why you saw like in the fight in the second round, I kind of I was kind of gassing out, and then in the third round, I just kind of picked it up a little bit.
No, for sure. And as far as him as an opponent, was there anything that surprised you at all that maybe you weren't expecting in this matchup?
No, nothing at all. If anything, I thought the most surprising part was how much we got along, at the ceremonial weigh-ins, man, we were talking the whole time. And then, I was just like, hey, we totally got to stop talking, bro. Dude, we're going to be fighting soon. You know what I mean? So it's just so nice to share the cage, man, with a humble martial artist, and man, it comes to show that we, you don't need to be talking smack to put on a good show. You know what I mean? But as far as his technique and everything, I knew he was tough, and it's exactly what I expected. If anything, what surprised me was, how much he wore me out wrestling, so that's something that I got to go back and really assess and just add into my training regimen a little bit more.
Okay, fair enough. And fight goes to the scorecards. Are you pretty confident you're getting the win? Like when they read the scorecards, how shocked were you that you didn't get your hand raised?
I was pretty confident. I definitely won the first round. The second round, he was battering me up against the fence. And then in the third, I felt like, he was up on, I think he outstruck me probably by like 10 to 15 strikes. I felt like I kept the pressure and the octagon control a little bit more, and I got a takedown in the third round. But then again, you know what I mean? It's too close to leave it to the judges, and you just never know, you know what I mean? And it kind of sucks that it sucks in MMA that it's being spoken about like that. Like, man, it's just, now here we go. We don't know what's going to happen when it goes to the judges. You know what I mean? Like, I heard there was even a lot of bad calls, that event, or, that same event. So, yeah. So, lesson learned, man. Easier said than done that I can go in there for my next fight and finish my next guy. Right. But, I got to make sure that I really, really, win these rounds. And honestly, truthfully, I felt like Dober and I weren't even thinking about winning rounds. Like, we were just trying to finish each other, So, it was all up in the air, and yeah, everyone was saying, I was reading the comments and on the forums and everything, and I was just like, Frank, that, man, Camacho had it or whatever. But at the end of the day, man, it's an L on my side, and I got to work to get a W for my fourth UFC fight.
Did you talk to the UFC at all after the fight? Did they say anything to you?
No. Actually, I saw Sean Shelby on the way out after the event, but no, nothing. I was just kind of like just saying thanks for having me on the card, but man, I know they're booking fights early. It seems like they're booking their schedule a little early. So, man, I'd like to get back in probably like in the summertime. Maybe maybe May if can. So just got to talk to my manager and see what we can do.
Okay, interesting. So timing wise, are you looking? You said like May. Would you want to on that International Fight Week card at all? Any of those, the Ultimate Fighter finale, or maybe the pay-per-view on that one, or is that too far away?
Man, I would like, fighting on the main card was actually pretty cool. I was super honored, and I was just like, whoa, dude, we're on the main card. This is crazy, So I would like to get on a numbered event. And the UFC and the fans know that no matter what, no matter who, I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it. So it was so funny because after at the ceremonial weigh-ins, after I weighed in. I was like, hey, Sean, Sean Shelby was at the weigh-ins, and I was like, hey, Sean, this is right when Drew Dober was walking out. I was like, Sean, man, thank you so much for having me on the main card. And he was just like, hey, Frank, we're you and Drew Dober are opening up the main card for this reason, So, it was kind of like, hey, Frank.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys fight on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I was like, the matchmakers, that's what they do, that's where they get paid. And they knew exactly what was going to go down,
Yeah. Now, I know you mentioned to me before the fight you wanted to go back down to lightweight. Is that still the plan right now, or would you entertain a fight at 170?
Oh, man, I'll entertain a fight at 170, right now.
Like Diego Sanchez, I saw you messaged him again. It seems like that's the fight you want.
Yeah, man, I would love to share the cage with Diego Sanchez, aside from me being a huge Diego Sanchez fan, he actually tweeted back. I like this matchup, and then I was just like, oh my God, Diego Sanchez tweeted me back. I almost fanboyed. I'm like, hey, man, how's it going? I'm a huge fan, but I didn't get to it. I'm not too sure what Diego has planned or his camp, but yeah, man, I would love to share the cage with that guy, and it would just be an honor to be in the cage with him and to fight our hearts out, and man, it could be a potential fight of the year candidate. You know what I mean? But then again, I'm always open to, I'm open to any fight. I know from what I heard, he wants to stay at 170, but 170, 155, man, I'm open to any fight, whatever they need me to do. But yeah, Diego Sanchez would be a great fight.
Okay, well, just so I hear you correctly, so you'd be willing to take any fight at 170, because I was kind of under the understanding that maybe you'd only take a fight at 170 if the matchup was like an enticing matchup. So you're saying any fight, any weight class, doesn't matter?
Man, 155 is where I need to be, James, but if Diego wants to stay at 170, he doesn't want to go to 55, and that's a matchup, and that's something great for my career. I think personally that's a great fight for my career, and fans, there's a lot of other matchups, that people want to see me fight. But I think, for me personally, for my career, I think Diego Sanchez would be perfect.
Before I let you go here, I got to mention the fact that you're in Michigan right now, which is freezing, and I'm here in Punta Cana, and this probably will never happen again as far as us doing interviews in opposite climates like this. What are you doing in Michigan right now?
So, man, Guam to Charlotte was, man, probably like a 20-hour flight, So whenever we make it around this area, whenever we backtrack back home, we try to, stop by all the states where we can visit family, So my wife has never seen snow, so she looked I was like, babe, look out the window, and it was snowing. She's like, oh my gosh, it's snowing. And I was just like, my feet are cold. My ears are cold. So we're totally doing the switch off. I know. Look at you. You have a nice little Hawaiian shirt on. You got a tan going.
Yeah, you got it.
So, so I'm excited. I'm excited. And yeah, just visiting family. We're stopping by San Diego. I gotta say what's up to the Alliance guys, and yeah, we'll be good to go.
Are you getting any footage for the cranked effect in Michigan? Any? We're gonna see any snow on that?
Yeah, we might. I might add some family stuff in here, but definitely the Crank Effect episode with Fight Week, and everything leading up. You guys will see all the insights of it,
Awesome, man. Well, Frank, I always appreciate the time. You're always so good with it. I can't thank you enough. Just remind people where they can find you on social media and where they can find the Cranked Effect, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours, sir.
Oh, yeah, man. Just check me out on all social media outlets, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then just check me out on my YouTube channel. You can search Crank Effect or just Frank the Crank Camacho. You'll find all my stuff. But yeah, man, James, thank you again so much, man. And man, please enjoy where you're at for me.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.